Hi, this is Kerry Artak with Wicked Stocks, bringing you the daily Tesla report for Monday, October 9th, 2023. Before I click through the charts, as usual, just want to encourage you to please click like if you haven't already. Share the content with friends and colleagues. Become a WickedStocks.com, a Wicked Stocks YouTube channel subscriber, and check out WickedStocks.com, where we offer a full suite of both daily and weekly analytical videos, just like the Tesla report, daily analysis in the SPY and the Triple Q, the S&P 500 and NASDAQ 100 ETFs, weekly analysis in the S&P 500 index, the NASDAQ 100 index, the long bond ETF, the TLT, as well as 2 individual stock picks a week that you never see on YouTube that cater to the 3 to 5 week swing trader out to the 3 to 5 month near-term investor. We're always looking for 20% moves on those stock picks. Last week we did, going by memory here, McDonald's and UPS. And the previous week was NVIDIA, AMD. I could go on and on. You could see all of it for no cost for 5 days free. We offer a 5-day free trial upfront. Sign up for wickedstocks.com. If you don't like what you see after 5 days, you can bow out at no cost to you whatsoever. On with the charts. This is the big picture. As usual, work my way into the day itself. Weekly bar chart. Just to remind you that several months ago when we were testing this rising channel top that is presently at 325.09, I'd mentioned that were we not able to close above it at the end of a week, this market is prone to falling back within a month or two to channel support. And that is what happened. About a month and a half ago, we tested channel support, came off of it, and retested it again 2 weeks ago. 241.37 is your base of long-term support on the weekly chart. You'll see over here to the right, 240.79 is the same exact formation on the daily chart. And if we were to close this week, Friday, below 241.37 by the 1% margin I like to see for what I call technical clarity, then we do actually have a sell signal into November, but not until then. Holding above 241.37, I maintain a 293.79 3 to 5 week objective, and over the next 3 to 5 months, the market can rally all the way up to the 343.79 long-term channel top. And so that is that 293.79 likely over the next 3 to 5 weeks, where we could top out on a monthly basis and perhaps fall back to long-term channel support. A settlement in the coming weeks above 293.79 would set up possibly within 3 to 5 weeks. I'd say more like a couple of more months. 343.79, where we could top out through Q1, and from here, yes, once again, fall back to channel support at 241.37. But as I mentioned a moment ago, were we to close this week below 241.37 on Friday by a 1% margin, this week's magic number is 238.95. Then we have, a 1 to 2 month sell signal into the 190s, rising 2/3 speed line projected off that January low, and a descending channel bottom that incorporates trade from the July high, both well suited to contain selling on a quarterly basis. We could bottom out here well into next year, perhaps, and if settled below, would be a significant sell signal into later 24. But we're nowhere near there, and I'm not going to go there. Where I am going to go is for sort of the day itself. Looking for charts here right now to kind of show, the parameters. We've got so 253.49 to the downside is this channel bottom. Actually performed pretty well last Friday in containing selling pressures, as you may well remember. I just have reduced it though to an intraday support level. It is solid, well suited for day traders. If we break, 253.59, I can tell you that the rising 2/3 speed line at 247.50 becomes a day target where we can bottom out for the day. We may bottom out here through the rest of the week as well. 2/3 speed lines, I like them for trend identification, and you can say that over the last week and a half, the uptrend that has existed since that time remains intact above 247.50. So we can come off at 247.50 into later week. I don't see any of this happening, but if we were to close today below 247.50, then we do indeed set up for a test tomorrow of that 241.37 long-term channel bottom, which is once again on the daily chart at 240.79. This actually shows it well that if we close below the 247.50 rising 2/3 speed line today, we test tomorrow the low 240s long-term support. That if settled below, as I mentioned a moment ago, pivots the market south into the mid 190s over the next month or two at the most. But we're not there. No doubt in my mind. and the chart is basically screaming it, that we remain in a well-defined bull trend off this significant January low, and that will remain intact above 241.37 the next 3 to 5 months, once again anticipating the 343.79 long-term channel top. So let's talk upside today. I've already mentioned how 268.75 is a level. You can see that I just have it as a minor point in deference to the simple trend line off these highs at 271.05. And so what is 262.02? Because we've got 253.49 as our intraday support. Our intraday resistance, we are just below. I don't show it here, but if you were to take the September high against the low late September. So this is the mid-September high against the late September low. 5/8 back up is 262.02. It's actually performed pretty well late last week in containing buying pressures. We've pushed through it. We haven't closed above it. I think that if we push through it today, now mind you, Friday's high was 261.65. 262.02 just above it can contain intraday buying pressures, below which we can ease back to 253.49. So if you're looking for a two-sided dynamic today, a Monday, it is 262.02 resistance, 253.49 support. And, you know, given the overall bullish dynamic that continues in the market as outlined earlier, pushing or opening today above 262.02 may well yield 271.05 today. This 268.75 is a rising channel top, respectable in its own right. I just don't like to bunch these levels up, but it does underscore the fact that all of our minor points have meaning, and so they are all very tradable. 271.05, able to contain session strength, and I will say that if we close today above 271.05, and it is possible today, I'm not expecting it, but I think as the week goes by, we just might close above 271.05. And then that 294.03 channel top, which I mentioned before on the weekly chart, remains a 3 to 5 week objective at 293.79. That channel top that is on the daily chart, same formation at 294.03. I think this is a 1 to 2 week objective if we close today above 271.05. So we could test 294.03 by the end of October if we close today above 271.05. It is expected by the end of November anyway, holding above the long-term channel support that I show here once again at 241.37. You know, I don't think there's really anything else to flesh out. I'm going to leave it at that. You know, I'll be back, of course, tomorrow with Tuesdays. Please click like, share, subscribe, and check out wickedstocks.com. You have a great day.